Yo, what is happening, you psyched outs in SD? Today, we're going to be taking a look at the first of many Pokemon Go decks with the new Pokemon Go Set newly released. There's a ton of cards in the set, actually, even with it being like a smaller, not main set, that is really going to shake up the meta and the format and just bring a whole bunch of life to a whole bunch of decks. Before we take a look at this deck, though, I do want to let you guys know if you guys need any Pokemon Go cards, be sure to go get them at fullgripgames.com. A link to fullgripgames.com will be in the description. Check them out over there if you guys need any cards from the new Pokemon Go set. So today we're talking Gyarados. And to go over Gyarados real fast, our main attack that we use in the deck is on the Magikarp with the Raging Fin. For 2 colorless energy, it does 10 plus 30 for each Magikarp and Gyarados in our discard pile. And actually, the Gyarados itself, we don't really use. It just kind of goes to the discard pile, and then we abuse it to get plus 30 damage on the Raging Fin. Now, that is the main attack we use, is the Raging Fin on the Magikarp, but we don't actually use Magikarp as the main attacker. The main attacker is the Ditto from the Pokemon Go set. With the Sudden Transformation ability, this Pokemon can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile, except for Pokemon with a rule box. So we copy the Raging Fin attack from the Magikarp, use it with the Ditto, and that is our main attacker. So now we can put all of our Magikarps in the discard pile alongside all of our Gyarados, and we can be hitting for 250 damage when with comboed with a Choice Belt allows us to get that number 280, which is such a big number to hit to get 1-hit KOs on V-Star Pokemon in the current format. Can't quite get the 1-hit KOs on the V-Maxes. If you want to include stuff like Hawlucha, you can get to 310, and then even something like Leon or Zigzagoon can get you even higher, which are also cards to definitely consider including and try out. But my current list doesn't play any of those, so that's the main setup alongside our main attackers in the Ditto and the main attacks we use through the Magikarp with the Gyarados. Got a 4-4 B-Barrel line, really heavy on the B-Barrel as the draw support engine in this. In the early game setup, we got 2 Snorlax in here to make sure we can get our hand to a reasonable size to actually draw cards with the B-Barrel. I have 2 Meowths with the Evolution Roar, which says we can discard 2 cards from our hand to search our deck for a Berserker. We don't play any Berserker, but we still discard the cards from our hand, and then we can draw more cards with B-Barrel. This is also a great way to help get our Magikarp and Gyarados into the discard pile. 1 Manaphy in here because the Radiant Greninja is still a pesky problem. A ton of Pokemon search cards because we have to find the Carps, gotta find the Gyarados. We also have to set up our B-Barrel and maybe get the Snorlax into the active in the early game. So 4 Evolution Incense, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Level Ball, and 1 Heavy Ball to help us get our Magikarps out of our prize cards more aggressively, or anything else we might have prized. The Manaphy, of course, super important up against that Radiant Greninja deck. 1 Rescue Carrier in here as our Pokemon recovery, really just to chain Dittos. Sometimes our Manaphy gets KO'd and we want that back, but usually we're trying to use like 5 to 6 Dittos throughout games, so the Rescue Carrier in there to recover the Dittos. For our supporter lineup, currently this is what I've got. Now, I've tried a bunch of different stuff so far, and if you guys want to check out some more gameplay that I have with this deck, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG Gameplay. I used a bunch of different lists throughout the games over there on the secondary channel, so they're not all going to be quite this list, but there's some more Gyarados gameplay over there with some different builds. In this build, the only supporters I play is 4 Boss's Orders, because in the early game, you just kind of want to be taking 1-hit KOs if you can. So bossing up Sobbles or Drizzles or this or that or whatever, making sure you get those 1-hit KOs is super nice. Also making sure we can take KOs on V Pokemon before they become V-Stars, or getting 2-hit KOs on V-Stars once they become a V-Star, and we've hit them already once, bring them back to the active to get the 2-hit KO is super important. So 4 Boss's Orders. And the only other supporter I play in here is 2 Peonia, which allows us to look at our prize cards, or we take 3 of our prize cards and we put 3 prize cards back. And this is to make sure we can get to those big max hit numbers with the Gyarados, because we have the Heavy Ball in here, which can get the Magikarp out of the prize cards. We have no way to get Gyarados out of the prize cards besides Peonia. So that's why we play the Peonia. It also makes sure we can get anything else we might need if we like prize one of our Choice Belts or one of our Energy. Those are usually the main things, or even something like a Manaphy sometimes. Like whatever we might have prized, we can go get it out of the prize cards. And between Snorlax and B-Barrel, I've found that you don't really need heavy draw supporters in stuff like Research. The Researches I have tried and they felt fine, but I'm going to try to make it work without them, make our only draw supporters the Peonias, and then, of course, the option of Boss. Like I said, so powerful, so necessary. 2 Choice Belt in here so we can get to that 280 number. With 4 Boss's Orders, we don't need to get to 280 too often, and it can be hard to get to in the early game anyway, so a Choice Belt for the late game to get the big 1-hit KO, or 2 big 1-hit KOs with both Choice Belts, really all we need. And when you combo, with only having 2 of them, when we combo with Peonia, we can make sure we get to that 280 very often. And then 7 energy cards in here, 3 double turbo, and 4 twin energy, of course, to make sure we can be attacking from turn 2 on pretty much every single game. Sometimes we attack turn 1 with this build, but without Research, it really is pretty hard to attack turn 1. So definitely a slower build of the Gyarados deck with this one. Not as aggressive on that first turn going second, but generally we're attacking turn 2 pretty much every game for relevant numbers, either getting a KO on something smaller or setting up a 2 KO on a V-Star or something like that. So that's the Gyarados list. Let's go ahead, let's jump into some gameplay, show you guys how this build works. And remember, if you want to see some more games with this deck, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG Gameplay. Link for that in the description. And check out the live stream as well. I stream every day except Mondays, twitch.tv/AzulGG. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. We did win the coin flip, so we will be going first. Hopefully get a Snorlax start, or can get a Snorlax into the active. Looks like not this game. Gonna have to settle for the Ditto start, which isn't terrible. It's gonna be rough if we can't get off like a turn 1 or turn 2 attack. Our opponent did mulligan though, so maybe we can find some way. We got the quick ball, so we could get a Snorlax, but it's all about getting it into the active from there. So let's see what this mulligan brings us. It is a B-Barrel. Of course, we got the quick ball, which can become the Bidoof. And there's a Magikarp that we can put in the discard pile if we want to. Which I think I do, right? Yeah, I just want to put the Magikarp in the discard pile. Go ahead and get myself that. Let's count all the stuff there. Get ourselves the Bidoof. Throw the Doofer down. And just pass over to my opponent. We're probably going to go with a Peonia next turn. Put one of the Meowths in the prize cards. I don't know. We're going to look for a knockout here for sure. We're definitely going to look for a KO, but might whiff the knockout, to be honest. Gotta be careful with these choice belts as well. It looks like we're up against the Dialga Magnezone deck. Yeah, there's the Magnemite. So it's a Dialga Magnezone deck. And the choice belts are super important for this matchup to make sure we can actually one-hit KO the Dialgas, which it is possible. Choice belt plus Twin Energy plus 4 Magikarp, 4 Gyarados in the discard pile, and we can get the one-hit KOs. There's Twin Energy. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Peonia here. Let's take a look at these bottom 3. Twin, Bidoof, Boss. Okay, so get rid of a Meowth. Get rid of a Boss. Put the Meowth over here. I actually might get rid of 2 Boss here. Yeah, I kind of like that. I know there's 2 Boss on the left side. Okay, that's fine. Bidoof, attach active, Meowth, and then we're gonna draw 3. I don't really want to put down the choice belt, like I mentioned. Pretty important in this matchup. At some point, they will be. Not going to quite get the KO here. Evolution Incense, just going to go ahead and grab a dose and then discard both. So we're going to hit for 100 here on this Radiant Greninja. I think the biggest part here is we whiffed a second Ditto. There is a Ditto prized on the top half. Maybe we should just Lively Grouping, actually. I kind of like that a little bit more. I only want 2, though, because I want to discard them with the Evolutionary Roar. Ooh, maybe we could go 3. Let's go 3, because that way I can bench 1 and make it an attacker for a turn. Yeah, I actually like this a little bit more. I like this. Now we can discard 2, bench 1, attach the Twin, and then start to take these knockouts. Slow start from me. Not a ridiculously aggressive start from my opponent, though, so might just be fine on both sides. Now, this deck is actually super interesting that my opponent's playing. It plays like 20 Metal Energy. It plays a lot. It plays around 20, I think, and like an Energy Recycler and stuff, so it's like turboing out the Magnezone into setting up Dialgas with a ton of energy on them and making it really hard for your opponent to deal with. The deck's pretty cool. Definitely an interesting engine and stuff. It plays like cards like this, Adaman, discard 2 metals, and I believe you get any 2 cards. Yeah, discard 2 metals from your hand with the Adaman, search your deck for any 2 cards. It's a wild deck. It's a wild deck for sure, and I'm interested to see how this one ends up going. As our start is like okay. Our start has been like okay. We didn't get an aggressive turn 2 KO. Looks like our turn 3 is going to start to be really good, but hopefully that's not too late. The Dialga's finally in play for my opponent. I'm sure, yeah, Candy Magnezone is on the way. I think we're like basically set up to boss KO the Magnezone, though. I think we got the boss KO on the Magnezone here. So that's what I'm going to aim for here. We did get the Giga Magnet, though, so this thing's going to get a ton of energy on it. But not an attack this turn, I don't think, for my... They could hit us with a Temporal Rupture. Ooh, okay, but no Temporal Rupture. Okay, so let's go with the Evolutionary Roar. Gonna keep an extra Magikarp around. I don't really want to use Magikarps ever, but I'm gonna keep it around. We're doing what I say, 150. Carp down, Energy to Carp. Lost the Magnezone. Gonna be doing 160. Industrious for 3. Heavy Ball. There's a Ditto in here, so that's actually a pretty big Heavy Ball. Now it is going to shuffle my prize card, so I know I have 2 boss in there, and the rest of the prize cards, to be honest, are pretty bad. There's like nothing good in there. Right on the Ditto. And Raging Finn, get this knockout. Take their Magnezone out of play. They still have this Dialga set up, so they could still... Ooh, Meowth. It's like okay, I guess. I could put second Meowth down, to be honest. I wouldn't be terrible. I don't love the idea of it. So yeah, my opponent is getting this attack off with the Dialga here. And they could pull off the Star Chronos. There's the Irida. The water Pokemon that they play the Greninja. They also play Luminion to kind of like chain attackers a little bit with the Irida, or chain support Pokemon a little bit. Yeah, Luminion plus the Red Candy, but that is not going to do enough here for my opponent, I don't think. Yeah, that's really weak. I'm not gonna lie, that's really weak for my opponent. Oh wait, there's the Dialga V-Star. Okay, they have it. Do they have the energy though? Are they short an energy from the Chrono Star? Only a Metal Blast, but because I have a Magikarp in play, I actually can't one-hit KO them anyway, so I guess it doesn't leave them in a terrible, terrible spot. Evolution Incense. Gonna go ahead and grab myself a second B-Barrel. I'm gonna favor that over the Gyarados here. Do this to get rid of these two. I think I will bench this. Okay, actually, I could get the one-hit KO here. If I get the Scoop Up Net, I do have 2 in the deck. So I could go for this, actually. I'm going to go for this. We could get the one-hit KO here. I'm just going to go for it. If we get Scoop Up Net plus the Gyarados, we actually KO. Oof, it's not looking good. Level Ball. Fail. Level Ball. Fail. Yeah, all right, I don't think I'm going to get it. I could go for the boss here on the Greninja, but I think I'd rather soften up this Gyarados. Because the one-hit KO is not, like, super guaranteed on the following turn. Yeah, if I soften up this Giratina or this Dialga, I'm feeling like I'm in a really good spot. So we did not get the big knockout. All right, Raging Finn. Still putting in some work. What, 190? Not bad. Could have got the one-hit KO. Maybe I should have thinned out this hand a little bit more. I could have gone, like, Evo Incense, get the Gyarados, Ultra Ball that away with the Quick Ball. That would have been a pretty good play, actually. I think I definitely choked that a little bit. Could have played that a little bit better. All right, we got this 190 on this Dialga, though. We have the boss in hand as well, so we could go chase another Dialga off the bench, or even like if they only put down like 1 Magnemite or something, we go chase that as well. Go chase the Magnemite. There's a boss, so they're going after my B-Barrel here. Boss into Recycler. Do they even have an energy in the hand? Are they going with a boss stall on my B-Barrel? That's not going to work. Oh, into the Crobat for 2. So they're looking for an energy. Star Chronos on my B-Barrel is interesting when they could have tried to Star Chronos the Ditto, though. They got the Star Chronos now. Okay, so they're Star Chronos. They're going to loop my B-Barrel. They'll be able to attack again next turn, but I'm just going to send up a Meowth. I guess I do have the Luminion in hand, so they could boss again. But I don't think it's going to put them in a spot where they can, like, win the game. All right, Meowth up. I don't care if I lose another Meowth. They could boss my B-Barrel, though. That would be annoying. Because I'm already kind of down on B-Barrels. I did discard one earlier. So if they have boss on my B-Barrel here, that's actually kind of scary. We do have 1 more B-Barrel left and 2 Bidoof, I believe. So I could set up another B-Barrel, no problem, I guess. It's probably not too big of a deal. I can, like, Evolution Incense, get the Bidoof. Well, Evolution Incense for the Gyarados. Quick Ball for the Bidoof. Put the Bidoof down. We have Ultra Ball for the next turn to become B-Barrel. And then we should be in a fine spot. My opponent still has to, like, set up a Magnezone again, or they're going to be in trouble. We can actually boss, chase a Magnemite here if we want. I think I'd rather just knock out the active and then go boss from here and just close out the game on basically whatever I want. And potentially have the chance to one-hit KO another Dialga as well, to be honest. So, and it looks like we're not. It looks like our B-Barrel is safe. So we're going to have double B-Barrel, Meowth, double Ditto, and the Carp in the active here to finish off this Dialga. Yeah, definitely shipping up the Carp here, I think, to finish off this Dialga. And then we'll just have, like, boss for game, or boss plus one-hit KO or something. That'll be the plan. I think that's probably fine. Well, Evolution Incense. Get this last dose. Ball it away. Yeah, I don't know. I could boss here KO the Magnemite. That's also like a play, to be honest. I don't hate that either. I actually kind of want to open up with the Industrious first. Because if we get like a Peonia, then I'd like play the Peonia for sure. No Peonia. A lot of Scoop Up Nets. Oh my gosh. I could actually... No. Yeah, I think we're just going to go with this Raging Finn. Knockout. We also have another twin. We have multiple twin left, right? Yeah, we have 2 twin and a Choice Belt left. And we also only have 15 cards left in our deck. Like, we're going to be able to see our whole deck very easily over the next 2 turns. So we'll be able to kind of see everything and then just pick what we want to do from there. We should be pretty much set up to close this one out pretty much no matter what my opponent does. They did set up their Crobat here, which is interesting. Not sure why they did that. Maybe their hand is kind of struggling, but I'd imagine they'd want to send up Dialga or the Magnemite to attack with either of those. There's the attachment to the Dialga V. They also need the V-Star. I mean, they don't need much to get the knockout, to be honest. I have 30 HP. Does this even... No, Metal Coating doesn't do damage. Here comes the Luminous Sign. Will it lead to knockout or not. But if they get the knockout here, the Ditto actually return one-hit KOs. The Dialga. Let me just do the math. Yeah, 240, 250, 280. We'll do 280. So even if they get the actually, they don't even need the Candy Magnet. They just need a Dialga V-Star, and they actually knock out my Magic. It's only 30 HP. Metal Blast does 80 damage. Double Cross Switcher. So they might be trying to get a little stally here on my B-Barrel. Yeah, bringing up the B-Barrel and then going for a Metal Coating on the first attack from the Dialga. But we got 2 nets in hand. So yeah, this one is all but over. 1, 2, we're doing 110. So yeah, this one is all but over. I'm going to go ahead and evolve this. Heavy Ball, give me the Manaphy. 2 boss left in the prize cards. Okay. Ball away this. Gonna grab the Bidoof. Level Ball. Could grab that. We do have the Rescue Carrier left, so it should be safe to grab that and discard it. Ultra Ball. Fail. Industrious. And sizing out here. Oh my gosh, we just have everything. Like, I don't even know what to do. These are the situations where I'm like, what do we even do here? We have literally everything. So we're doing 220. We're doing 220 right now. Pick up the B-Barrel. Send up the Carp. Bench this guy. I don't even want to use anything else. Raging Fin, unless I miscount it. Nope, 220. Cook this Dialga. Boss in hand. Guaranteed boss off the prize cards alongside either another boss or a Heavy Ball. Plenty of boss left to close this one out. 3 boss in the hand. Have the potential for double B-Barrel. Yeah, there's no shot we lose at this point. The only play that I could see my opponent possibly making here would be like a boss on my B-Barrel. But that doesn't even seem that good. But it's the only thing I can think about. That's the only thing I can come up with as like a play for my opponent to actually have a shot in this game anymore would be boss on or cross switcher on my B-Barrel. But we got the Scoop Up Net. We got the Twin Energy. This B-Barrel is moving next turn. No problem. Another Metal Coating from my opponent. But it is way too little too late. And we're going to get another KO. Oh, this Magikarp carry does this one, actually. That's actually kind of insane. Let's go, Carp. Send up the Magikarp. Throw this thing down. Oh, I don't even need to. Raging Fin. KO. That's it. That's going to do it for the gameplay with the Gyarados deck. If you guys want to catch some more gameplay, like I mentioned, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG Gameplay, where I've got a bunch of games from the stream with the Gyarados deck. We're trying out a bunch of different versions over there, so it's not going to be all the same list as this list. This is just where I'm currently at with the deck, with this Peonia only draw supporter build, which as you saw is pretty solid. We attack on turn 2 pretty consistently, and you don't even need to do that much damage turn 2. You just need to do like 120 most of the time, and that's like, you're good. Even doing like 90 damage can lead you to a 2-hit KO up against even like the Vs and the V stars and so on. So yeah, catch y'all in the next one.